Back here at Pete Matthews Coliseum, it's the number 3 seed versus the number 2 seed, the Sacs Wildcats and the Jacksonville Golden Eagles in our second semifinal girls game for today. Oxford moving on to the championship, and the winner of this will face the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets. We welcome you back into our live coverage here on TV 24 courtside alongside John Holder. I'm Chase Robinson, and John, Jacksonville, a familiar team to the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament semifinals, 5 straight years in the championship. It's been 6 years since Sacs has won a semifinal game.
Yeah, this is the old news for Jacksonville, but they've got a totally different team. You know, they lost basically all 5 starters off last year's team, so this is a totally new Jacksonville team, new coach with Trey Buzon coming in. And for Sacs, this is a team that is really hungry. This is a hungry basketball team. It's been 6 years, as you pointed out, since they've been in the county tournament championship game, trying to win a county championship. This is a team that's been playing very well as of late, and I think we're going to see a great matchup here. Even though Sacs has dominated the regular season matchups that we've seen so far between the two, winning both regular season matchups by double figures, we expect a very competitive game here at Pete Matthews this afternoon.
Like you said, a very evenly matched game, so we're looking forward to that. Let's take a look now at the starting lineups for both teams. Both teams are being announced right now, so let's take a look at our starting lineups for the game. And we'll start with the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Number 3, Kara Williams. Number 12, the senior, Atalia Morgan. Number 13, Anaya Jefferson. Number 30, Anaya Robinson. And number 32, Deja Kirksey. And for the Sacs Wildcats, starting number 3, Taylor Teague. Number 10, Jordan Brisky. Number 12, Maya Northard. Number 23, Brianna Browning. And number 24, Deja Johnson, the senior. So, again, like you pointed out, John, a whole new squad pretty much for Jacksonville. You know, you're missing those Virginia Poe and those type players who were in the championship game last season. Whole new team and a whole new coach approaching the county championship or the county semifinals this year.
Yeah, but Chase, this is the way the draw went out. The seeding pretty good. This is the way it should be in the semifinals. A 2 versus 3 matchup. Sacs, the number 2 seed, coming in with a record of 16-6. Jacksonville, the number 3 seed, coming in with a record of 9-5. We mentioned they played twice in the regular season. Of course, these teams in area play with each other. Jacksonville winning, or I should say Sacs winning the first time at Jacksonville by 17. And when they played at Sacs, it was a Sacs win by 21 points. So Sacs has dominated. We'll see what happens here in the county tournament semifinals.
Jacksonville got here by defeating Ohatchee 44-25. Sacs got here by defeating Alexandria last night 54-21. As we tip things off here, Sacs wins the tip. As Deja Johnson brings the ball up, kicks it out to Taylor Teague. Taylor Teague loses control of the ball. It'll be Jacksonville taking over now. Right off the bat, goes out of bounds. It'll be Atalia Morgan bringing the ball up the floor. She'll kick it over to Kira Williams. Stolen away, though, by Sacs. Jordan Brisky brings the ball. This time stolen away by the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Jefferson takes the ball and kicks it out to Deja Kirksey. But Atalia Morgan will bring the ball up back down low to Robinson. Back out to Morgan. Morgan drives, kicks it back out to Kara Williams. Morgan fires up 3, shot no good, rebounded by Sacs. And Deja Johnson drives. She'll think about taking to the hoop, pull up though. Back down low to Williams. Williams goes up, shot, rolls around and falls in. Kara Williams, her first points of the game.
Just too easy that time. They kind of lost Teague there in the middle, the Jacksonville defense, and kind of left her alone. Everybody backed out, and she basically just turned around and had an open lane to the basket and dribbled it in and laid it up and in, and Sacs leads it 2-0.
Foul there on Jordan Brisky, her first personal foul. Jacksonville in control of the ball now. That's Morgan. She kicks it out to Kirksey. Kirksey's shot no good, but rebounded by the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. That's Kara Williams. She'll bring the ball back out, kick it over to Morgan. Morgan fires it up, in and out. But again, rebounded by the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Shot put up by Anaya Robinson, and it's no good, and it'll be Sacs ball.
Brianna Browning, a nice, strong rebound on the inside. Jacksonville doing a good job defensively getting back against a very quick Sacs team that likes to run the floor.
Brisky kicked it out to Northard. Northard's shot falls good.
2 shots, 4 points in the game for the Sacs Wildcats, shooting perfect from the field.
This time a drive all the way down the floor from number 12, Italia Morgan. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2.
Looks like they'll call that foul on Jacksonville's Italia Morgan. Actually, Morgan will be the one who was fouled. She'll be at the line. Shooting 2 for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. So Sacs looking good so far. 2 out of 2 from the field, out to a 4-0 lead. And Jacksonville's been pretty close. Chase, they've had a couple of good looks at the basket. They had a one long 3-pointer that rimmed out, and now they rim out on the free throw attempt.
Second free throw up is no good. They'll say it was out of bounds on Sacs, though. So it'll be Jacksonville ball under their own basket here.
Browning came in from behind, knocked the ball out of bounds, so right back to the Golden Eagles looking for the first basket of the game and first points of the game.
Williams kicks it back out to Morgan. Morgan will set things up. She'll drive, kick it back out to Deja Kirksey. Losing control of the ball, though, but the Golden Eagles regain possession. Williams drives in, shot up, no good. Rebounded, though, by Taylor Teague, and off she goes to the other end. Northard goes up, shot no good. Rebounded, though, by Brianna Browning. Kicks it back out to Jordan Brisky. Brisky drives. This time she gets fouled.
Brisky, good aggressive job of going to the basket that time. Not only got the rebound, penetrating inside, and did a good job of kind of putting her shoulder into the Jacksonville defender and drawing that foul, drawing the contact, and going to the line to shoot 2 for the Sacs Wildcats.
Her first free throw attempt is up and good. Out to a 5-0 lead now for the Sacs Wildcats. And you see the senior Jordan Brisky knocks down her second free throw.
Now full court pressure defense by the Sacs Wildcats on Jacksonville.
Back out to Kirksey. She'll bring it back over to the top of the key to Morgan. Back down to Kirksey. She'll bring it down low to number 13, Jefferson. Shot no good, rebounded by Sacs. Here they go on the other end. It's Northard. She goes up, shot falls in. 2 more points for Maya Northard.
More pressure coming from Sacs. Nice job on the inside on the defensive end by Browning. Browning is just really dominating on the inside defensively for Sacs, cleaning up all the rebounds and allowing no second shots. And now we see a turnover, really the first turnover of the game, Chase, being created by this Sacs pressure defense.
There's a timeout, 30-second timeout called by Coach Buzon and Jacksonville. As Sacs watched them play Alexandria last night. They did the same thing. They came out strong, and I'm telling you, they never get up. This is a very talented Sacs Wildcat team under Coach Michelle Lively there.
Came out very aggressive last night. They're coming out very aggressive here. If you're looking at the 2 teams, the atmosphere and all that, Sacs seems to be very relaxed and comfortable. Jacksonville, maybe just a hint of a little bit of tentativeness. They seem to be not as comfortable as Sacs is. I think that's a good timeout by Coach Buzon of Jacksonville to kind of get his team settled back down. 8-0, now a turnover, and Sacs about to have a chance to take this to double digits. So I think a really good timeout by Jacksonville.
Sacs will bring the ball up the floor. Here's Deja Johnson. They work the ball around, looking for the open shot here. Northland will drive this time again. She goes up, shot no good, rebounded by Jacksonville. Here comes Kira Williams over to Anaya Jefferson, shot up no good. They get their own rebound though, but stolen away by the Sacs Wildcats.
Best opportunity by Jacksonville. They had a 3-on-1 break the first time they've had a chance to run, and they missed 2 shots on the inside. Chase, that was a 3-on-1 break. They had the numbers, they had everything to easily look at the basket, but then they turn it right back over, and now another foul, a blocking foul going to be called on Jacksonville on the other end. So right now here in this first half of the first quarter, nothing really going Jacksonville's way. It's been all Sacs so far.
The Wildcats inbounded under their own basket. Northridge setting things up, loses control of the ball, but they'll bring it back out. Deja Johnson gets it over to Northridge. They'll work the ball around the perimeter. Now they'll go inside, down low to Northridge. Shot is off the mark. Jacksonville gets the rebound. Almost loses control of the ball there. Kira Williams, she'll drive in this time, take it herself. Missed shot, though, another missed opportunity, and another foul called on a Jacksonville Lady Golden Eagle.
Yeah, a little frustration foul on Patterson there. She missed the underhanded shot, then came back with a reach-in foul. And right now, both offensively, I would say defensively, Jacksonville's playing pretty good right now, but on the defensive end. But the offensive end, nothing happening right now at all for Jacksonville.
Sachs Wildcats bring it down. Brianna Browning kicks it back out to Brisky to set things up. One thing about these Sachs Wildcats is, you notice they'll work it around the perimeter until they're sure they have the open shot, and then they'll take the shot.
Very patient offensively, and they take care of the basketball too. We've seen very good passes, very good decisions there, good ball handling skills by the Sachs guards.
And continue to work it around. This time in Northridge, she'll drive in once again and knocks down that shot. 6 points for her in this first quarter. 10-0 lead for the Sachs Wildcats. As you saw the replay there, that great shot. Jacksonville working the ball up the floor this time. Here's Kira Williams. Her shot is off the mark. Everybody sat there and watched the ball for a second, but Sachs will grab it. Back to Northridge. Shot up and good.
Northridge with 8 points in the game. Nice outlet pass. We're going to have a timeout called by Sachs here, actually. A full timeout as they have a 12-0 lead.
Jacksonville trying to get some points on the board. You saw the replay there. 2:32 remaining in the first quarter. Sachs up 12-0, John. If you're Coach Bouzon over in that Jacksonville huddle, what are you telling your team right now?
Obviously, still 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, so you can't hit the panic button yet and get out of your game. You're down 12-0. You haven't scored. I think you probably have to talk to your team about a little bit of patience, calming the nerves down. They've had good looks at the basket. They've had some layups. They've had some wide open three-pointers. You really can't fault the ball movement. You can't fault the shot selection. But right now, they're just not making the shots. You know, basketball's a funny game because you just never know when you're going to have one of those hot or cold days. And right now, offensively, shooting the basketball, Jacksonville's just having a really cold afternoon here. And Coach Bouzon just trying to get his team to get some offense going. They played well enough defensively. They're very good. Sachs has had to work for the points that they've created on the offensive end, but defensively, they played very well. But on the offensive end, just obviously nothing happening. They played almost 6 minutes here and yet to even score.
Maya Northridge with 8 points so far for the Sachs Wildcats. 8 of the 12 here in the first quarter. It'll be Talia Morgan. She'll drive in, kick it back out. Back over to Kira Williams. Williams drives. She puts up a shot. No good. Rebounded, though, by the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, and a shot falls in for Talia Morgan. First 2 points of the game for the Golden Eagles.
And again, good patience out of the timeout by Jacksonville. Did not look like they hit the panic button. Got a good look at the basket and finally got a shot to fall.
Missed shot there by Sachs. That'll be Williams bringing the ball back down the floor for the Golden Eagles. Kicks it over to Morgan. Back over to Williams. Williams fires up the three this time. Hits nothing, but it'll be rebounded by a Golden Eagle. Deja Kirksey this time thinks about the three, doesn't take it, kicks it back over to Morgan. This time to number 21, Patterson. Back down to Kirksey, wide open under the goal.
And that's who they have to get the offense from. Deja Kirksey is their go-to player offensively, and that was her first points of the game almost at the end of the first quarter. They've got to get her open and get her going.
Northridge's three-point attempt was no good, which ends in a turnover. A long pass from Jacksonville goes out of bounds. So it'll be Sachs Wildcat ball here.
It's one of the few mistakes we've seen Jacksonville make that time. Had a couple of turnovers, but that one was unforced.
This time shot up by Brianna Browning. Her first points of the game for the Sachs Wildcats, extended to a 14-4 lead now, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Jacksonville back on offense. Kirksey fires up a three, no good. Rebounded though by Williams. She'll get it down to the bottom. This time a three-pointer by Morgan is no good as we reach 30 seconds here, John.
Yeah, we've had two good looks at the basket from three-point land by Jacksonville. Again, shot selection is fine. They are getting wide open looks at the basket, whether it be three-pointers or underneath the goal. They just can't get many of those shots to fall.
Sachs working the ball around. Pressure being applied by Jacksonville here as we reach about 10 seconds. Back over to Brisky. Brisky drives, kicks it down low, out of bounds. Hits off the player of Sachs, so it'll be Jacksonville ball. And they'll have the length of the court to go here in 9 seconds.
Brisky being unselfish that time, but that was a tough pass to make, a little wraparound pass and heavy traffic in the paint.
Back over to Kirksey. Kirksey over to Morgan. As time expires here at the end of the first quarter. Sachs up 14-4 on Jacksonville. We'll be right back with more. It's TV24's live coverage of the 2016 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament is brought to you by the Calhoun County Commission, Family Health and Wellness, Bama Power Sports, and Bill Stanford Automotive. We'll be right back. Back here at Pete Matthews Coliseum for quarter number 2 in our second girls semifinal game of the day as Sachs leads 14-4 as we begin the second period. Courtside with John Holder, I'm Chase Robinson as we bring you all the semifinal games here on TV24. Jacksonville with the ball on their end of the floor. Shot put up by Morgan is no good. They'll call a foul there. That'll be a push under the basket by number 13 for Jacksonville.
Yeah, Nia Jefferson coming over the back that time again. An open look at the basket by Jacksonville, so the second quarter beginning like all of the first quarter was virtually for Jacksonville, just not getting the shots to fall for the Lady Golden Eagles.
That'll be Northard bringing the ball up for the Sachs Wildcats. Gets stolen away as Kara Williams now bringing the ball up the floor for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, setting things up. She'll kick it over to Morgan. Morgan goes up, shot no good. It'll stay Jacksonville ball though.
And let's give a little credit to this Sachs Wildcat Lady defense because they have played exceptional. I know that Jacksonville's missed some easy shots, but there's also been some great defense played by Sachs as well. Anytime you can hold a team to 4 points in 8 minutes of play, it's pretty doggone good defense.
Three-point shot by Kirksey, no good. Rebounded though by Taylor Teague and the Sachs Wildcats. Back over to Northard. Back inside to Brisky. Brisky goes up. Shot good. Jordan Brisky, her first points of the second quarter.
A couple of free throws in the first quarter, but a good job of going to the basket that time in traffic and laying it up and in. And now another turnover, and here come the Wildcats running again.
Brianna Browning kicks it over to Northard as the ball rolls out of bounds, but it'll be off Jacksonville. It'll be Sachs ball. Deja Johnson to inbound the ball under their own basket as Essence Hutchinson's enter the game for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles.
Dangerous time right here for Jacksonville, Chase. You just have the feeling that Sachs could get on a run here and really open this thing up. They lead by 12, but if they go on another big run, they could open this thing up to an insurmountable lead.
Here comes Kyra Williams. She puts it up. Shot no good. Rebounded, though, by the Sachs Wildcats. Back over to Northard. Northard, she drives once again. Shot up and good.
She's already in double figures now with 10 points in the game. And on the defensive end, you look down there with the Sachs Wildcats, and Johnson and Teague are basically getting all of the defensive boards. And another turnover now by Jacksonville. And the thing that we talked about, the danger for Jacksonville here, Chase, is letting this thing get away from them. And Sachs has the look here that they might go on a big run.
They'll be looking to do that here. They'll inbound the ball at midcourt on their end of the floor with about 6 minutes left here in this first half. Sachs working around, stolen away though by Malia Patterson. Shot up, it does not fall, and rebounded by the Sachs Wildcats. Here they come on their end of the floor. Brianna Browning kicks it back out to Denard. Denard goes up, shot no good. They'll be all tied up under the basket. It'll be Sacs ball right there under their own basket.
Yeah, that's a good tie-up by Browning there because she knew the possession arrow was in their favor, so it's a way to get, in essence, a turnover. And that was the story of the game, that last shot missed by Jacksonville. Wide open layup that rimmed out, and they just can't get one to fall.
Another pushing foul there for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. It'll be Sacs ball in their own basket. They'll get number 4, Essence Hutchinson, her first foul of the day. That'll be the team's 5th.
Johnson and Brisky really putting pressure on Jacksonville with their penetration on the inside, and the inbounds goes in, and an easy basket by Browning, and Sacs really starting to open this thing up to a 16-point lead now.
Jacksonville trying to work against this Sacs pressure here. They get the ball across half court to Hutchinson. Hutchinson drives. Ball up in the air. They're fumbling it around. Sacs comes down with it, almost gets fouled, but she doesn't. And here comes Deja Johnson driving in for the Sacs Wildcats. They'll call another foul. That foul will be on the floor. 6 team fouls, so one more away from the 1-and-1, but this one they'll inbound under their own basket.
Essence Hutchinson will be called for the foul coming in off the bench, and now we're going to see some mass substitutions by the Lady Wildcats of Sacs. Are going to bring in Talisa Christian. She'll be into the game. And it also looks like in the game, Tatiana Jenkins in, seeing her first action for Sacs.
Sacs inbounds the ball, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Jacksonville ball now. A little miscommunication on Sacs.
One thing impressive about the Sacs team is on the defensive end, they are giving Jacksonville maybe some pretty good looks at the basket, but they're not giving Jacksonville any second looks at the basket, as they are absolutely getting every defensive rebound.
Hutchinson drives this time. Her shot up and good for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Their first points of this second period. Another shot up there by Northard. Her 12th point of the day so far here, and we're just in quarter number 2.
She is taking over this game offensively, Chase.
Intercepted there by Sacs. They'll work things around, be patient. Stolen away, though, by the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Here comes Irvin. Her shot up. It's good.
Nice play by Kelsey Irvin as she takes it coast to coast with a nice steal and then finishes it off, which has been the problem for Jacksonville, is finishing those plays at the end. But she finished that one nicely, and Sacs' lead is now cut back down to 14.
Denard working the ball around top for the Sacs Wildcats. She kicks it over to Northard. They'll work it around the top, look for that open shot. Something they've done so well so far today is work the ball around, be patient, and find their open shots, and they've found plenty of them. They'll get it down low. Taylor Teague goes up. Her shot does not fall. Rebounded by Jacksonville. Foul called on Taylor Teague. That'll be her first. It'll be Jacksonville ball there.
More substitutions for Sacs. They're going to bring Browning back into the game. Also, Johnson's coming back in. They'll bring Jordan Brisky back into the game. Brisky's normally where they look for a lot of their offense, but it's been Northard. She has been the lady offensively today for Sacs. Already in the game with 12 points here, just halfway through the second quarter.
Jacksonville in there into the court. Kira Williams working the ball. They'll say that Sacs ball was off a Jacksonville Lady Golden Eagle player. Great trap there by Sacs in the corner. Forced the turnover there. And 22-8, Sacs on top here in the second quarter. There's Browning. She goes up. Her shot falls.
Nice job by Browning that time. Taking the ball, and the role that she's kind of unaccustomed to, but taking the ball really half of the court and banging it home for the Sacs Wildcats.
Kirksey will work the ball back over to Williams. Back over to Morgan. Fires up the shot. It's no good. Rebounded, though, by Browning and the Sacs Wildcats. She's been big under the basket for the Wildcats today, pulling down some boards.
Sacs just cleaning up the boards, especially on the defensive end. They're just not allowing very many second shot opportunities at all for Jacksonville. And Jacksonville's not making many of those first shot opportunities. And that's why we have a 16-point deficit for Jacksonville.
Jump ball there. It'll be Jacksonville ball.
Jacksonville basketball.
They'll get the ball under the opposite basket, so they'll have to work up the floor against this Sacs pressure here. A little bit of a zone press for the Sacs Wildcats now. Kirksey trapped over at the about midcourt, stolen away by Browning, and Sacs pulls up. Shot is no good. She gets her own rebound, though. She'll go up this time and gets fouled to the line. She goes for 2 shots.
Excellent hustle by Browning. Not only getting the turnover again, driving the basketball all the way down into the paint, missed the shot but got her own rebound and then drew the foul. And again, for the second possession in a row, we've seen the pressure trapping defense, that zone press that you talked about for Sacs, generating a turnover.
Her first shot is no good.
And Coach Lively over there, wholesale substitutions. Just about every break now, she's putting fresh players into the game. And when you're a team that presses like that, runs a good bit like Sacs does, and you've got a lead like this, and then you're able to play 8, 9, 10 players, it makes it especially tough when you get into the third and fourth quarter against the Jacksonville team that, quite frankly, Chase is just not, they have just not substituted very much. A much deeper bench for Sacs.
It's a jump ball called there. It'll be Sacs ball. Another substitution for Sacs. They'll pull the sophomore Brianna Browning out of the game.
This game is going exactly like Coach Lively wants it to go. She's got the flow that she's wanting to go. She's creating turnovers. They're running a little bit. They're getting good opportunities to sub players in, keeping players fresh. This is exactly how she would want this game to go, I think.
Brisky drives in this time, finds the open lane, goes up, shot no good. They'll get her with a travel call there.
Good coordination amongst the officials there. The official on the baseline looked out to the wing official and says, hey, is that the right call? And he says, yeah, absolutely correct. And they confirmed the call. Good communication amongst the officials.
Hutchinson helping bring the ball up for Jacksonville. They'll get it across. This time down low to Williams. Williams shot, rolls around, falls in out though, and I'll be out of bounds on Sacs.
Probably at least the 5th layup. 5 or 6, I'm talking easy layups that Jacksonville has missed here in the first half.
Morgan at the top, she'll kick it over to Kirksey. Back up to Morgan, will drive, kick back out to Williams. Williams goes in, puts up the shot, knocks it down. Her first points of the game. Back on Sacs in, 3-point shot put up there by Denard is no good. Rebound though by Taylor Teague, and it's no good. Ball rolling around on the floor. We'll see who comes up with it. Timeout, Jacksonville. In a jump ball situation, they called the 30-second timeout there to regain possession for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles here with 1:40 left in the half. And Sacs been on a roll, 24-10. Jacksonville been able to put up a couple shots here in the last couple of minutes, John.
They have, but I think the story of the first quarter was maybe Jacksonville having good opportunities to score, good looks at the basket, and just not getting the ball to fall. But I think here in the second quarter, it's been the Sacs pressure defense creating turnovers and not really allowing Jacksonville to get into any kind of rhythm, not really allowing many opportunities, quite frankly, for them to get into their half-court offense. It's been a suffocating pressure defense, both full court and half court by Sacs here in the second quarter.
Teams back out onto the floor. And Jacksonville on offense, and that'll be Morgan working to bring the ball against this Sacs pressure across half court. Back over to Williams. Set things up. They'll get it down low, but intercepted there by the Sacs Wildcats. There you see the double dribble call. Picked it up and then started dribbling again. It'll be Jacksonville ball right there across front of the scores table. She'll get it into down low to Kirksey. Shot no good. Rebounded though by Taylor Teague. She'll get it over to Denard to bring the ball up the floor for Sacs as we reach 1:10 left in the half. Stolen away there by the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, and Natalia Morgan, she'll go up, loses control of the ball, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be another turnover for Jacksonville.
More substitutions coming in for Sachs. Tell you one thing, Taylor Teague, the offside defensive rebound, she has cleaned up virtually every one of those here this afternoon in the first half for Sachs.
It'll be Deja Johnson bringing the ball up for Sachs. Over to Brisky. Continuing to look for that open shot here. This time it'll be Teague. She drives, shot up, bounces in and out. Jacksonville picks up the rebound and off they go. Stolen away by Sachs this time, down to Northard. Shot goes up and in. 2 more points for Maya Northard.
And that was all Taylor Teague that time. Teague, after missing on the other end, gets the steal on the press, makes a nice outlet pass for the assist, and another basket for Sachs on the other end.
They get across half court. Down low to Jefferson. She picks up another 2 points. 26-12 now. Sachs on top, under 10 seconds left in the half. Taylor Teague back out to rebounded there by Jacksonville as half number 1 comes to an end. Sachs with a 26-12 lead here at halftime, and Gerhardt's going to grab a word here with Coach Buzon of Jacksonville.
Be interesting to see maybe what Coach Buzon has to say about his team's shooting in the first half. I'm sure that's going to be a big theme.
And now let's swing it down courtside. Here's Gerhard Mathingani with Coach Tris Buzon.
All right, guys, I'm in with Coach, and first off, Coach, slow start to the first quarter. Really kind of got your legs together there in the second quarter. Trying to assess your team's first half performance.
Yeah, defensively we started slow, and offensively we started slow. We got some good looks, we just missed layups, and that comes back to bat you in the butt. So we got to make some shots, and we got to keep playing good defense. I thought second quarter was better, so hopefully we'll keep improving from there.
All right, I'll let you get back with your team, Coach. All right, 26-12 is your first half score. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Gerhard. We'll be right back with some with some halftime points. So stay with us. It's the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament on TV 24. Back here for the 2016 65th Annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament on the girls' side of the bracket. Our second semifinal today. The Jacksonville Golden Eagles are down to the Sachs Wildcats 26-12 at halftime. Courtside here at the Pete with John Holder. I'm Chase Robinson, and John, very slow start for Jacksonville here in the first half.
Well, you heard Coach Buzon talk about basically what we talked about the entire first half. He said, you know, that comes back to bite you. You just can't come out cold shooting. We just couldn't get a shot to fall there, especially in the first quarter. He said what I thought, they played much better in the second quarter, but they dug such a big hole. They were down 10 points at the end of the first quarter, and then Sachs really stepped it upon defense in the second quarter, getting some turnovers, and Sachs is cruising along to a 26-12 lead. So things will have to change drastically if Jacksonville's going to try to make a run at this and get into the county tournament championship game tomorrow. And by the way, the other finalists already set earlier today, as you saw right here on TV 24. A thrilling game between Pleasant Valley and Oxford, as Pleasant Valley led just about the entire game. Actually led pretty comfortably for most of that game, but then Oxford makes a big run there in the fourth quarter, and they win it by 3 points at the end. So Oxford is awaiting the winner of this game tomorrow evening here at 6 o'clock for the County Girls Championship.
Oxford, a very talented team, and Gerhard and I had the pleasure of calling that game earlier, saw a lot from Oxford, and it's going to be exciting to see the winner of this game take on Oxford tomorrow night at 6. And for the Sachs Wildcats, a lot of points being scored, but Northard being their main shooter.
Yeah, Northard with 14 of their 26 points in the game, far and away the leading scorer for either team on either side. Browning, the next leading scorer for either team, with 6 points in the first half, and then you just got a couple of players there with a couple of points apiece. And then you look on the Jacksonville side, and they had a number of players scoring, but no player able to score more than one basket in the game. So balanced scoring, but that's not the kind of balance that Coach Buzon's looking for, with only a couple of points apiece for all those 6 players.
And something we've talked about a lot, Sachs being so patient, looking for those open shots, working it around the perimeter, and that's really helped them so far in this first half.
They've been very patient on the offensive end. Then on the defensive end, it's kind of hard to do that. You're kind of calm and collected on the offensive end, and then on the defensive end, you want to really apply the pressure and get things kind of chaotic. So to make that transition, that's really impressive by Sachs, to be a calm team on offense and then be able to flip that switch and create chaos on defense with the press. Sign of a really good and mature basketball team.
Well, again, Sachs up 26-12 over Jacksonville. We'll grab another timeout and we'll come back and begin half number 2. So stay with us. It's the 65th annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament on TV 24. Back here at Pete Matthews Coliseum, about a minute away from half number 2. Sachs up 26-12, and John, we're just a minute and a half away from the second half, and neither team have come back out here on the floor.
That's surprising. I thought Sachs played pretty good basketball there in the first half, but apparently getting a lot of last-minute instruction there from Coach Lively, and I think it's kind of tough if you're in Coach Buzon's situation, because as he mentioned earlier, and we talked about in the first half, you've had good looks at the basketball. So how do you unlock that basket, so to speak? How do you get those shots, those good shots that you're taking to fall? It's just one of the real crazy things about basketball sometimes. I think and maybe that's what Coach Lively's talking about, is, hey, we're giving them good shots. Ladies, we better be careful in the second half, because if we keep giving them good shots and they start making those, this could be a really competitive ball game. Counting down to the second half of this game, I want to remind you we got one more game coming up. Of course, everything moved back. My first game was supposed to be this game, which was supposed to be at 7 o'clock tonight.
Right.
And instead it's at 3 o'clock was the tip-off time for this. Everything moving up till 12 noon today because of the expected wintry weather that's coming to East Alabama. So we're going to be done here by probably about 6 o'clock. We got one more game coming up, the 4:30 game, which will be, ironically, the last game will be our last boys semifinal game. And we should have a packed house for that one. We got a good crowd for this game, but we really expect a packed house as folks get off work and head up this way to see White Plains and Anniston. And, of course, the winner of that game gets the #1 ranked team in the state in 1A and the defending 1A champion Sacred Heart in the boys championship tomorrow night here at the Coliseum.
Both teams made their way back here on the floor, and it's time to start half number 2. And Jacksonville will start out with the ball here, and it'll be Anaya Morgan with the ball up top for the Golden Eagles. She'll drive in, kick it back out to Kira Williams. Williams over to Kirksey. Kirksey fires up the 3, no good. Rebounded, though, by Saxon Teague. And here they go. There's Northard, another drive to the basket, shot up and good for Maya Northard.
Northard now with 16 points in the game. And that was good defense that time. Good hustle by Jacksonville's Kyra Williams to get back, but just a good move to the basket by the Sachs Wildcats.
Back to Williams. Williams drives this time. She'll put the shot up. Shot no good. Rebounded, though, by Sachs. Jordan Brisky. And off they go. She'll get it down to Brianna Browning off her foot, though. It'll go back towards Jacksonville.
Browning lost control of it. Maybe took her eye off the basketball there for just a moment. Then she dropped it, went off her foot, and kicked out of bounds into the Sachs bench. So far, Jacksonville 0 of 2 from the field here in the early going of this second quarter or second half. So it must not be the goals.
Jacksonville loses control of the ball, and here comes Northard wide open under the basket. Shot up, and it falls. Scored the first 4 points right off the bat for the Sachs Wildcats. And you know, for Jacksonville, they want to start out this third quarter as best as they can.
Good job by Johnson that time, recognizing once she had the turnover, looking for that outlet pass to get the easy basket on the other end. And here come the Wildcats running again.
This time there'll be a foul called. It'll be called on Jacksonville Golden Eagles, Anaya Morgan.
Probably a good foul by Jacksonville that time, because if she doesn't make the reach in, the numbers are there. It's a 2-on-1 break and probably another easy layup, which would have put Sachs up by 20. So probably a good foul on that fast break by Jacksonville.
Sachs being guarded close in there by Jacksonville at the top of the key. Deja Johnson will drive in. Shot up put by Brianna Browning. That's 2 points for her. Her 8th point of the day. First basket here in the second half.
Makes no difference as Sachs does indeed open up that 20-point lead, and it has been all Sachs here in the third quarter, just like it was in the first and second quarters.
Jacksonville with a couple of missed opportunities there under the basket. It'll be Sachs ball now. Northard now set things up over to Jordan Brisky. Brisky sees an opening. She'll drive. Shot up, no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Sachs, again, as you pointed out, Chase, has been very patient this whole game, looking for where they have an opportunity, and Brisky did a good job that time. She knew that it was either going to be a foul or an easy layup. Nice decision to make that move to the basket by Jordan Brisky.
Her first free throw is up. Spins around the rim, falls out. So it'll stay 32-12 here. Again, a 20-point game. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Second free throw is up and good. Jordan Brisky with 5 points so far here on the day. There's a foul called on number 12, Maya Northard.
Chase, we're at the 5:48 mark of the third quarter, and this is really unique, especially in this day and time that we live in. We have not seen a three-pointer made by either one of these teams in over a half a play.
Jump ball called there. It points towards the Sachs Wildcats. So they'll have to bring the ball up the floor now.
Jacksonville's had good looks. They've taken probably 5 or 6 wide open threes. I'm not even sure if Sachs has even tried a three in this game.
It'll be Jordan Brisky bringing the ball up for the Wildcats. Hand off to Deja Johnson. This time Johnson goes up for the wide open layup, and she knocks that one down. Saw the opening there, went right around a defender and took it right to the basket, as you see there on the replay.
First points of the game for Deja Johnson, and Sachs really opening up their largest lead of the game now at 23, and this has been total domination by Sachs. We have been hearing all week long in our interviews with Michelle Lively just talking about how her team is focused on winning this county championship, and they have been very, very impressive, Chase, both nights here in the county tournament. They were impressive last night, and they have been most impressive here this afternoon.
You know, like we mentioned in the opening, it's been 6 years since the Sachs Lady Wildcats have made it to the Calhoun County Championship. This will be Coach Lively's first trip as well, if she can pull this one out, as Jordan Brisky goes up for the shot and is fouled, so she'll go to the free throw line.
Nice move to the basket once again. 2 defenders, split the defenders, and drew a hack on the arm, and she'll be at the line to shoot 2. Will be Jordan Brisky. She's the only player in this game on either end, Chase, that has made a free throw. That is her 4th made free throw of the game. No other player on either team has made a free throw today.
Game of first here, no three-pointers, and only one player in the whole entire game that's going to the free throw line. Knocks the second one down. 37-12 now. Sachs on top as Kyra Williams brings the ball down. Gives it over to Kirksey, back to Williams. Williams fires up the 3. No good. Rebounded, though, by Northard, and she gets it down to Johnson. Johnson goes up for the shot, off the iron, no good. Rebounded, though, by Kyra Williams, and off she goes to the other end for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. She goes up, open shot, knocks it down.
Kyra Williams with her second basket of the game. She's the first Jacksonville player to have more than one basket in the game. That's also the first points of the entire second half by Jacksonville. They have played almost half of this quarter without a basket.
Here you see Kyra Williams going up. She saw the open lane. She took it. Great shot there by Williams. Her 4th point of the afternoon. Jacksonville working the ball up the floor, over to Kirksey, down to Williams. Williams puts up another shot, off the mark, no good. Here comes Sachs as Deja Johnson brings the ball up the floor for the Lady Wildcats. They'll call the foul there, pushing foul. There you see she set the screen, came in, threw her forearm out, knocked number 22, Tatiana Jenkins, down.
And the official did a really good job of calling that. He called kind of the fist pump to let you know that that was going to be on the player that ran through the screen there. Nice setting of the pick. And the Jacksonville player just ran right through it and called for the foul.
Northwood gets the ball into Deja Johnson. Back over to Northwood. She's had a great game so far today. Down low to Teague. Teague shot off the mark, but there's Jenkins. She puts up the shot, no good. Teague's under the goal. Great position to get the rebound to put the shot up, but it's no good. They'll get the hand checking foul there on Jordan Brisky, riding her up the floor.
Good defense by Brisky, but just a little bit too much of the body leaning in that time, and they called the foul. Be
Jacksonville ball there. Morgan over to Patterson, back over to Morgan to Kirksey. Kirksey will take a dribble, look down low. Stolen away though by Brianna Browning and the Sachs Wildcats, but it'll be all tangled up. And they'll say it was off on the Golden Eagles.
Browning has been a worker. That's all you can say down low, both offensively and defensively. Just look at this effort right here by Browning. Doing everything she can. Goes to the floor, doing everything she can to save that basketball and keep control for her team.
It'll be the Sachs Wildcats. Teague almost loses control of the ball, but she'll get it down low to Jenkins, all tied up. Golden Eagles come out with it, but travel call there. When you're on the ground with the ball, you can't stand up. That's a travel call.
About to say, you young basketball players that may be watching, as tempting as it is to do, it's almost like grabbing a face mask in football. It's just so easy to do, but you just can't do it. You can't just stand up with a basketball if you're sitting down. That is a travel.
And they call the timeout there. That's a Sachs timeout. Sachs at 37-14 here with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. If Sachs is able to hang on, they'll go on to play the Oxford Yellow Jackets tomorrow at 6 for the Calhoun County Championship on the girls' side of the bracket. And a great game earlier between Oxford and Pleasant Valley. Oxford winning that one 51-48. And Coach Tanya Peoples and the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets move on to the championship game. That's Coach Peoples' first Calhoun County Championship appearance, and it will be Coach Michelle Lively, her first Calhoun County Championship appearance as well.
Sachs picking up in this third quarter, Chase, right where they left off at halftime. They dominated the first half, and right now so far with about 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, they have opened up this third quarter with an 11-2 run, extending what was a 14-point lead at halftime, now out to 23. They led at one time by as many as 25 in this third quarter.
3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. It'll be Sachs ball under their own basket. Get the inbound into Northard. She'll get it back out to Deja Johnson. Johnson drives in, puts up the jump shot. Oh, in and out. Let's see, it'll be all tied up down there. They'll call the jump ball. The arrow will be pointing towards Jacksonville. They'll have the length of the court to go, John.
Sachs doing a good job offensively. You may have noticed during the timeout, our camera's picking up Coach Lively over there, demonstrating how to set screens, and they've done a good job out on the wings of setting screens, trying to free the guards up for either penetration or three-point shots.
Shot up by Morgan is no good. It'll be Sachs ball now. Substitution in for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. And get it into Northard. Northard will bring the ball up to the Sachs Wildcats. Kira Williams close by her. Over to Browning. Browning sees an opening. She'll drive this time, but kick it back out to Deja Johnson. Back out to Northard. Northard, she'll drive. They'll get the holding foul, though.
So they're going to get Kelsey Irvin with the hold on the inside. Very good ball movement. This Sacs team does a very good job, not only being patient, but they do a great job of running their offense, running their plays, setting screens, setting picks. As soon as there's any little chaos out there, they immediately fall back into running their offense.
Another out of bounds call there on the inbounds. It'll stay Sacs possession, though. Johnson looks for Northard, finds her with a deep pass there. Nice screen set there by Browning. Shot put up by Northard. Didn't have a lot of height on it, but it still falls in.
And another near turnover again. We see that pressure defense by Saxon. There's Northard on the defensive end doing it. Northard now with 6 points in the third quarter, 14 in the first half. That gives her a total of 20 in the game. She has scored over half of Sacs points as they lead it by 25 once again.
Nia Robinson to inbound it for the Golden Eagles. She gets it in to Morgan. Morgan fires it away to Kira Williams. Tries to get it down low, but there's Jenkins with a travel call there. She intercepted it. Had a lot of momentum going forward. Took one too many steps there.
And she's smiling about that. She's smiling over there with Johnson. They're having a laugh about it because she did a great job of getting the turnover, but just was not able to get her feet coordinated with dribbling the basketball there and walked with it.
This time Jaja Johnson steals it, and off the other way we go with the Sacs Wildcats. Northard puts up another shot. It's tipped a little bit. Falls incomplete. There's a foul called. Taylor Teague will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Now, I think most coaches in basketball, Chase, they as far as Calhoun County teams go, you want to peak right around start peaking around the Calhoun. Don't want to peak at the Calhoun County tournament. You want to start peaking around the Calhoun County tournament. Start building that momentum as you get toward postseason play, and that is exactly what Sacs is doing right now. They are maybe playing the best basketball that they've played all season long right here this week, and regardless of whether they win or lose this county tournament, they've got to be pleased with the momentum they're building for the home stretch of the regular season.
They're 5-0 in their area, and they play in a tough area, Johnson. To be 5-0 is a big deal here. Stolen away by the Sacs Wildcats. They'll get it down to Brianna Browning. Shot put up, and it's good.
Sacs is running away with this. They have held Jacksonville to only 2 points in this quarter as we near the end of the third.
Kira Williams drives in for the Golden Eagles looking for a shot. They'll call the foul, though, so they hit her on the arm.
Looks like they'll get Jordan Brisky for that foul.
That'll be her 3rd personal foul.
And this will be a fresh team going into the county tournament championship game tomorrow because, as we talked about, they play so many players. This will be a really fresh team. And normally when you worry as a coach when you play 3 games in 3 days, especially playing last night and coming back and playing in the afternoon, which was unanticipated. The good news is, I think for all these teams in the county tournament, Chase, is the fact that now they get a little bit longer break between the semifinals and finals.
Right.
Used to be that they were playing late on Friday night and you'd come back less than 24 hours later. Now they're going to get more than 24 hours of rest.
Sacs looking for a shot out to Browning. Under a minute to go here in quarter number 3. Deja Johnson out on top, being closely guarded there by Morgan. Johnson will drive, though, put the shot up. It's no good. She gets her own rebound, though. She'll go up again and get fouled. And to the line she'll go for 2 shots. They'll get number 12, Morgan. Atelia Morgan there with the foul. First free throw is no good. So I have one more opportunity here to to extend this 42-16 lead. And the second one falls incomplete as well. Kyler Williams bringing the ball up the floor for Jacksonville, and they're going to get another hand check call there. They'll take the ball out right here in front of us, John.
It's like they called that one on Deja Johnson on a reach in. There were 3 or 4 white jerseys in the area, but Johnson called for the foul. And Jacksonville, again, like the first quarter, they only scored 4 points in that first quarter. And so far here in the third quarter, with only 32 seconds left, they've only scored 4 points in this quarter. Can't win many basketball games when half of the game you only score 8 points.
That's right. Under 30 seconds now. Williams out to Hutchinson. Stolen away, though, by Jenkins. And they'll get her with another travel.
Jenkins is smiling, and Coach Lively's over there smiling. She's had 2 great steals, but she's been trying to handle the ball and get it out there and just travel the basketball both times.
Kirksey with a 3. It's no good. Rebounded, though, by Brianna Browning, the sophomore. And, John, Browning, as we've said several times, what a player she is and what a game she's having today, and just a sophomore.
She is a worker. She's a worker. She works. You have to be a worker to be a good rebounder. She's doing it offensively, defensively, and playing great on defense. She's had a few baskets on offense, but really her defensive tenacity, that's what's most impressive about Browning.
They'll get Hutchinson with the travel call there. Another turnover for Jacksonville. It'll be Sachs ball here with 11 seconds left in the third quarter.
Sachs continues to substitute. They're going to bring in Christiana Gooden now, seeing her first action of the game. And with 11 seconds to go, Sachs got a chance to score here before the end of the quarter.
It'll be Denard working the ball up, down to Browning. Browning under the goal, shot up, and it falls in as we end quarter number 3. Sachs Wildcats up 44-16, and we'll be right back with quarter number 4 from the 65th annual Calhoun County Basketball Tournament, presented by Family Health and Wellness, Bama Power Sports, and Bill Stanford. It's live on TV 24.
And the reason that we are playing in the middle of the afternoon instead of the middle of the night is because of what you're seeing right there. There's a look at the National Weather Service radar, and you see all that blue? The blue is all snow. So we've got snow from Blount County down to Jefferson County, approaching Talladega County, headed for Calhoun County, probably within the next hour.
All right, back to the action here. Start of the fourth quarter. Another foul called, and that will send Deja Johnson to the line for the Sachs Wildcats for 2 free throws.
May have lost a few viewers there, as they may all go outside now and start looking for the snow as it's approaching from the west here in the next hour or so. You stay right here. It's going to snow all night long, it looks like, so it's not going anywhere.
First free throw up and good for Deja Johnson. She's 1 for 2, 1 for 3 so far on free throws. Second one up. It's good.
And don't go anywhere, because we've got a great boys semifinal coming up. Great matchup between Anniston and White Plains coming up at around 4:30.
Jacksonville's Morgan drives the basket. Shot no good. Brianna Browning fighting for the ball, but they'll say it goes off of her hand, so it will go towards Jacksonville.
And you may see there, even though the ball's out of bounds, normally that will be a stoppage in play, but the clock is still running. That's not a mistake. In high school basketball a couple of years ago, they passed the rule that if it gets to be a 30-point lead by any team, then it goes to a running clock. And so it will be a running clock the rest of the way. Even if Jacksonville were to cut it down below 30 points, does not matter. It will still be a running clock the rest of the game.
Northard's shot is up and no good. And off we go to the other end of Jacksonville. They'll call the blocking foul there. Looks like she tripped over a foot.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was any. I'm not even sure if Browning even knew she fouled her there. She just kind of turned and was actually faced the other way. And she did get her with a shoulder there. So she was aware of what she did, but that's the foul nonetheless.
Anaya Robinson to inbound the ball for Jacksonville. Gives it out to Deja Kirksey. Back over to Williams. Kyra Williams, another shot put up, rolls around and falls in. Another 2 points there by Williams. 4 points so far here in the fourth quarter. That's as much as they had in the third quarter. A little bit of a late call there, but they'll get the foul on Jacksonville's.
Kelsey Irvin was trying to not look guilty, but in the process of not looking guilty, she looked very guilty. She kind of looked at the official like, you didn't see that? I didn't really hit her that hard. And then the official blew the whistle and charged her with a foul.
That's 19 fouls for Jacksonville, so we're going to the free throw line. Knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1 there.
It's kind of that look, Chase, like, I hope you didn't see that, Mr. Red.
Yeah.
The one exception we will say, if you're not familiar with the 30-point running clock rule, is if there is a timeout or an injury or a call timeout, it will stop on that. But regardless of that, for fouls, out of bounds, any kind of normal stoppage, it keeps running.
Ball inbounded to Kyra Williams. Down to Hutchinson. Hutchinson goes up, and shot's no good, but she'll have a chance for 2 free throws here as they'll blow the whistle on that foul.
Jacksonville going to get Patterson back into the game.
That'll be Jordan Brisky's 4th foul for the Sachs Wildcats. Hutchinson's first free throw doesn't hit anything. She'll have one more opportunity.
We want to encourage folks to come on out to this next game, come out and watch a great White Plains and Anniston game. Even though the snow is on the way, we will not drop below freezing until maybe 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, well after the game is over with. So roads should not be a problem.
Down the other way for Jacksonville now. Kyra Williams bringing it up the court. She sees open space, drives in, shot no good. Rebounded though by Brianna Browning, and she kicks it out to Jordan Brisky. Brisky fouled on the way to the basket. It's not a shooting foul. That'll be on the floor, but another foul on Jacksonville, so that'll send her to the line. That's 10 team fouls, so it'll be 2 shots now, the double bonus. So 2 shots for Jordan Brisky and the Sachs Wildcats here with 3:50 remaining in the game.
Only 2 players really in foul trouble. Brisky for Sachs has 4 fouls, and then also Irvin for Jacksonville also has 4 fouls in the game. Jacksonville starting to get some wholesale substitutions in. They're bringing in some new players we have not seen before. Destiny Edwards in the game for the Golden Eagles.
Second free throw is good. Brisky with 9 points on the day. Rebound by Browning, but intercepted by Kyra Williams. Here she goes to the basket, shot up and knocks it down.
Williams heating up here, 8 points in the second half, 10 points in the game. The only double-figure scorer for Jacksonville, by far their leading scorer in the game.
And you see another look at that. Threw the ball up, just hoping for the basket, and she knocks that one down.
I think she gave it out in a little smile there. I would too if I had a shot that good. She just threw it up underhanded, easy as can be, and kissed it off the glass for an easy basket.
Williams over to Patterson, whose shot's no good. And here comes Jenkins the other way for the Sachs Wildcats. She's going to take it all the way. She goes up, makes a move to the basket, but the shot no good. Rebounded by Patterson. And the Golden Eagles will end up with the ball. Kyra Williams bringing the ball up, being closely guarded there by Denard. Patterson with a jump shot there. It rolls around and falls in.
First points of the game for Patterson. Fresh off the bench with her first points of the game at the 2-minute mark.
3-pointer up by Denard is no good. It'll be coming the other way now as Kyra Williams brings it across the half court. Under 2 minutes left in this game. They're going to slow it down some, work it around. Williams drives in, puts up the shot. Shot no good. Rebounded, though, by Talisa Christian and the Sachs Wildcats. Here she comes. She'll bring it back out, though. Bring it to the top of the key. Denard fires up the 3. Shot no good. 3 people trying to bring the rebound down, but it'll be the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. And Destiny Edwards with the rebound there, and she'll bring it back out to Williams. Williams takes it in. She'll drive. Tried to throw the shot up, hoping for a foul. Didn't get it, though. Here comes Golden Eagles. Shot rejected there by Patterson.
And now wholesale substitutions by everybody, and we'll see a quick timeout by Sachs.
50-25, Sachs on top with under a minute to go in this one. A timeout. She wanted to get those substitutes in, get the young girls in, have a chance for them to play here in the county tournament semifinals with a big lead.
So with 55.2 to go and a 25-point lead, our girls county championship for 2016 is set, and it will be Sachs and Oxford. 6 o'clock tomorrow. We don't anticipate any change in the game time tomorrow. All the snow and frozen precipitation, that'll be out of here by tomorrow morning. It'll be above freezing tomorrow, so anything that does stick to the roads will be long gone and melted, and we will be at our normal time, 6 o'clock tomorrow night here at the Coliseum. Sachs and Oxford for the girls county championship.
And after getting to see both of the teams that'll be playing tomorrow, that's going to be a great game. Looking forward to that girls championship game tomorrow. Jump ball called, possession arrow towards Jacksonville as the clock is winding down here.
And it's going to be kind of a fresh county championship game on the girls' side. You know, for the last several years, it's kind of been dominated pretty much by Anniston and Jacksonville on the girls' side in the championship game. But this year, two new teams.
Shot put up there by Irvin. No good. Rebounded, though, by Edwards. She'll go up strong to the basket and gets fouled on the way. She'll go to the line for 2 shots, and that'll be about it. Clock under 10 is winding down here in this semifinal game. It's our last girls semifinal game. We got one more boys game coming up. And that'll be the ball game. The Sachs Wildcats defeat the Jacksonville Golden Eagles 50-25. Strong performance there from the Sachs Wildcats, and we're gonna, our very own Gerhard Mathingani down there, he's gonna work to get maybe a player and Coach Michelle Lively. Talk about their team's performance, and what a game it was indeed. 50-25 here, and again, hopefully we'll get our player and coach interview here in just a second.
Should be a great championship game coming up.
And let's go down on the court right now. Here's Gerhard Mathingani.
All right, guys, I'm here with Maya North with 20 points today. First off, you played Jacksonville a few times. Talk about what was different about this game. You played them at home and you played them at their place, and now here at the Pete.
It was different because we've been dreaming of this moment for a while. Everybody has always overlooked us, and now we got what we wanted, so we were ready. We came out to play today.
I feel like this team has been building over and over, maybe the past 3 or 4 years. Talk about the state of this team, where you guys are now as you look ahead now to the postseason.
I feel like this is just the start of something really big. I don't know what's in store for us, but it's going to be big, and it's coming.
The next big thing that's coming is the championship game tomorrow night. Talk about the quick turnaround, playing from yesterday and then playing today and tomorrow.
We played back-to-back a lot, so I feel like we can do it. We're going to have to just get some legs under us and play our ball, and we'll be fine.
Mike, congratulations, our player of the game. Huge game today. We'll see you tomorrow night. And also, we will talk to Coach Morgan Lively, out celebrating with her team and her family. First off, you know, just the fact that you played this team over and over and over again. Talk about just the overall theme that you've had going into today's game.
It's kind of the same stuff. The girls have been ready for this for a week, and I mean, they've just been at this point for a long time that they're ready to go. I don't have to say anything or much of anything anymore. I walk in and I'm like, are y'all ready? And they start telling me the game plan, like they had created it. So that whatever we're doing, it's just they keep building on it and they trust it, and it's just working really well for us right now.
Quick turnaround, you play again tomorrow. Talk about just everything that goes into preparing for a championship kind of format.
It's kind of great being on a Saturday. You get a little bit of rest. We'll get up and we'll go shoot around a little bit. We'll talk about a game plan there at the gym, and we'll be here ready to go a little bit early. They've been here. They've wanted it. Like I said before yesterday, some of these girls have been my water girls when they started in the 6th grade. So they've been in this atmosphere and they love it and they feed off it. So it's going to be great.
Sounds good. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks, Michelle. Guys, back to you.
Great game there from Sachs and Jacksonville. The Sachs Wildcats will move on to play Oxford tomorrow night as they defeated the Jacksonville Golden Eagles 50-25. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with some final stats here from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament live on TV 24. Big win for the Sachs Wildcats, 50-25 over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, and that puts them in the Calhoun County Championship on the girls' side of the bracket, and they will take on the Oxford Yellow Jackets tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And, John, what a performance tonight from the Lady Wildcats.
Very impressive. You know, the first time they played Jacksonville at Jacksonville in the regular season, a 17-point win. When they played at Sachs, a 21-point win. Third time, they extend that out to a 25-point win. So it's pretty evident as we're moving through the season, this Sachs team is getting consistently better and better and better as we move through the season. I think Coach Lively mentioned that with Gerhard there about this team, the way they're coming along. And they're playing as good as anybody in girls basketball right now, I think, in East Alabama at this point in time.
Again, a big win for them, 50-25. And, John, as we take a look at some final stats here, it was Maya Northard with a huge game. I know she had 14 in the first half, finished with 20 points in this game.
Browning had 12 points in the game. Those were the 2 double-figure scores in the game for Sachs. And for Jacksonville, really only 1 double-figure score in the game, and that was Kyra Williams. She had 10 points. Really nobody else even close as far as scoring, as you can imagine, with only 25 points scored in the game. Not a lot of high scores for Jacksonville, but Sachs, even though you look there and you say only 2 double-figure scores, they had a lot of contribution off the bench. This is a deep bench on this Sachs team, and you heard Coach Lively mention there about the fact that they get a little bit extra rest. They don't have, being a Saturday game, you don't have school to worry about. So
right.
The kids are not getting up, the girls are not getting up early to go to school. They're not going through the stress of a school day, making for a long day. They'll get to sleep in tomorrow. And then with this game being over with, keep in mind, this game was supposed to have started at 7 o'clock tonight.
Right.
Which means the game would not have been over with until probably 8:30. Girls are probably not home until 10 o'clock tonight. Now these girls are going to be home by 6 o'clock tonight. So they've got, in essence, about 4 hours extra rest. And I think that's big in tournament play as far as a team, especially that has a lot of depth, being in a situation where you can be really fresh for this championship game tomorrow night.
And, you know, for Jacksonville, looking back on this past game, Jacksonville, they only scored 4 points in the third quarter. But it was Kyra Williams who came out. She had 8 points the entire game, but she really showed her leadership there in the fourth quarter, coming out and hitting some buckets for Jacksonville.
Yeah, she really did. And, you know, this Jacksonville team, you wonder if all of those shots that they missed in the first half, Chase, you know, some of those were threes that rimmed out. They had a lot of easy layups. They probably missed 5 or 6 layups in the first half and probably missed 2 or 3 wide open threes that rimmed out. If they make all of those shots, or even a majority of those shots, this could have been a different game. I think Sachs probably still is the better team, but it could have been certainly a lot closer game. I think if you're Jacksonville and your coach Buzon and you're thinking about forward now for the rest of the season, seeing improvement from your team, I think that's what you look at is, girls, if we had just shot the game a little bit better, if we just had a better game shooting, we would have been in a lot better shape and a lot more competitive. And so I think that's the positive if you're Jacksonville that you take away from the game is, hey, if we could have shot the ball better, would have been a much closer game.
We got a boys matchup coming up next here from Pete Matthews Coliseum, John, at Anniston and White Plains. What a great game that's going to be.
Should be a packed house. Got a good crowd here despite the threat of the snow coming. We're going to be here and bring you the entire game, White Plains and Anniston, next on TV 24.